Hello everyone. Welcome back to Gunship for live stream and community meeting. Um, Let me test the microphone a little bit. Um, so, can you hear me on Discord? Can anyone hear me on Discord? Okay. Hmm. How about on YouTube? Can you hear me on YouTube? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? 1, 2, 3 testing. Okay. Um, yeah. Okay. YouTube is good. Let me see on. Well, cannot. There's no voice on Discord. Um, okay. I have to restart Discord because sometime when I restarted it, it will solve problem. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So just a second, everyone. Hello. Can you hear me now? Okay. Okay. Great. Yeah. So the stream is also streaming on YouTube. So yeah. If you want to watch on YouTube, you can go to the YouTube channel of Final Text Games, and yeah. So we have the stream there too. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the new flight models. The new flight models of the game. So so far we have people playing the game, the new flight model on the F-16 for a couple of days. So so far what we see is that it's a little bit um, harder to fly compared to the older models because it's more realistic. So and also like the ground handling is a little bit like harder for some people. So yeah, so for the next week we probably gonna uh like have some adjustment to the flight model to make it a little bit easier to control. but also still have the realistic feeling. So yeah, it's some kind of a little bit more like balance between realisms and the ability to play. So yeah, so like something like if you take off the aircraft gonna limit like how much control is gonna give you, so that when you take off it's not gonna upset the fly by wire system, so that you can take off a little bit easier, and then when you like put the landing gear up, then we're gonna have the fly by wire become like more sensitive, so that you could do more like a high G's maneuver. Yeah, so we're gonna adjust on that as well. And of course there's a lot of issues like bugs around the F-16 that we're gonna fix. And like the inverted elevator problem. It's probably something related to recalibrate up the gyroscope of the phone. So for my testing, I never have that problem on my Android and also on my iOS device. So yeah, but we're gonna see like what happened there. Yeah, and I'm probably gonna have it fixed by end of next week. And then yeah, and then that is one thing. And then the fly models. And yeah, we are gonna add a lot more features like the sound effects. Right now the F-16 sound effect is just the basic jet sound, so there's no like specific F-16 startup sounds and jet engine sounds yet. So yeah, so next week we're gonna put that in. And yeah, and then we're gonna look back to see like fix some of the other bugs as well. Okay, so that is the plan for the F-16 next week. So probably we're gonna bring up the F-16 to become complete in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, also the HUD also gonna be replaced with the with the true F-16 HUD as well. Right now it temporarily use the F-18 so that it's quicker, and just put it in so that you have something to see. But yeah, next week you're gonna replace that HUD. And yeah, so that's just the first aircraft with the new fly models. And then we're gonna work to first of all to bring the new fly model back to the other aircrafts as well, like the F-15, the MiG-29. And yeah, so talking about the fly models, it's for my opinion, it's fly very well. Like now you at slow speed you could do all kind of maneuver, turning, and pull high G. And yeah, it's a lot more consistent compared to the older fly models. The older fly model is more like unrealistic way to fly. So so it fly okay at high speed, but at low like high alpha speed, it doesn't feel real enough. Yeah, so you could expect that like the F-18 you could perform many very like crazy maneuver, like Cobra or something like that. Yeah, so the new fly model is much better in that sense. Yeah. And then yeah, we're gonna bring the new fly model back to the older aircrafts, and make them upgrade all of them into the new fly models. And then we're gonna continue to work on the new aircraft as well, like the MiG-23 and then the MiG-25, which we already have complete all the exterior and interior models. And the MiG-23 we're still working on the cockpit. And then the next coming up is going to be the MiG-21, which we have the outside models but not yet have the cockpit, so we're going to have to work on the cockpit as well. Yeah. So on the hierarchy side, if we have all the aircraft, to from MiG 21 to MiG 25, then it's kind of balanced a little bit, but mostly the um, aircraft from the U.S. is still a lot more advanced, and so I could imagine that most people are gonna play the on the U.S. side. Um, yeah. So yeah, from that we're gonna talk about like the plan for release of the game this December, the Christmas this year. So um, we're gonna so now we have only about like now in August, right? We have about like 4 months from now, so we have to focus on the core gameplay of the game first, before integrate so many features that which we don't have time to fix all the bugs and all the gameplay thing. So yeah, so 4 months from now we have to focus on the core gameplay, which um, which we will focus on. We're gonna have a new game mode called the player versus player, so player against players, which you could fly with any aircrafts. Like it could put you in a room with an F-16 against another F-16. Yeah, so that just like what you see on YouTube currently on YouTube Short, where people dogfight against each other on DCS, and yeah, so the game gonna focus on that game mode for this Christmas, because we want to have a game mode that you can play like it's more completed than the dynamic campaign, which is still under construction. So imagine it's just like instant battle that we have in the World War II game, so that you just log into the game and then go straight to battle, and you can go against any aircraft that's available at that time. So we'll see, but we don't know if we're gonna have the option of for 1-on-1 or not. Maybe we're gonna have like 4 against 4. But 1-on-1 is also pretty good. Let's see, but basically we're gonna have 3 options for instant battle. We have 3 options. The first one is arcade, which is gonna put you against any other aircraft. So you could like you fly an F-18, you could fight against an F-15 for some whatever available at that time from other players. So yeah, but the second option is the historic mode, that gonna have you fight again the other side with the correct aircraft. So for example, if you are F-16, the other side gonna fly the mix. If you the mix, then the other side gonna be the F-16. So it's a little bit less. I could imagine it's gonna be less popular because because on the arcade mode, the arcade option, you go in and you're gonna have the room right away, because it could go against any other players. But on the second option, the historic mode, then you have to wait for the other side to fly to get in with the correct aircraft. So it's gonna be less popular. And then, but we have the option. We have a solution for that. So we're gonna build some AI, so that while you waiting, the room gonna start right away. While you're waiting for the other player, the AI gonna fill the role, and you're gonna fight against the AI first, and then as the other side join, and then and on your side, the AI gonna also pop up to even up both sides. So that, for example, like you start with one aircraft, right? The other side, the other side gonna have one AI, to fight against you, and then somebody join in with another aircraft, then the game gonna pop up another AI to match both sides. So yeah, so that it could create, you know, a interesting enough AI for, or even like nobody, you join, you know, you start the game early in the morning, nobody playing, you could fight against all the AIs. So it still used to have fun. Yeah, so of course the AI gonna be not as good as, you know, human, but you know, you have something to do. And yeah, that is the historic mode, which you still have all the you know, the labels, and you know, we're gonna have on like easy targeting mode, so that it's gonna help you to find a target without the knowledge of using the radar. So it's more like point and shoot, um, you know, point and shoot arcade game. Yeah, so that's why we're gonna have another mode called the realistic mode, which we're gonna which gonna turn off every you know, helping, and then you're gonna be on your aircraft. You have to use the radar, you know, all the avionics that you have, and then the other side gonna be the same. So yeah, so you have to use the radar and all that stuff. Yeah, and I could imagine that the historic mode and then the realistic mode gonna have some ground target as well, but we don't know if gonna have them yet. But yeah, so you're gonna have, if you carry some of the like air to ground weapons, and you could you know, attack ground target to earn some point, and you know, while fighting against, you know, other aircrafts. Yeah. So in summary, you're gonna have an like instant battle game mode with three option, three type option. So beside that, we still gonna have the under construction campaign mode that that we have right now in the game. So we're gonna have that under construction. Yeah, so we're gonna take time to make that mode better. But it's gonna be a longer, you know, development. So what we try to achieve here is that we want to perfect the gameplay. We can to make the gameplay become you know, more fluently, and then instead of rely on the people get in the campaign mode, which is gonna take a long time. And yeah, because I could imagine that people could join in an arcade battle, and then gonna fight, and then gonna you know, record video with bugs or some missiles bug or something. It's gonna be very easy and much quicker. So, yeah, so also like better for us to, you know, test you know, new code as well, because we could just get into the battle very quickly. Yeah, so the cycle, the development cycle gonna be a lot faster with like instant battle mode. And then whilst we build on that, so the game become, you know, more mature and reliable, then the campaign mode's gonna live on top of that, so it's gonna be a lot you know, more reliable. So yeah, so we have two modes, right? The instant battle, and then a campaign mode. Then the campaign mode, you could play either single player or multiplayer. Yeah, so you could have the option to play a completely single player and multiplayer, depends on what you want. And then we could have another like instant battle, but like a completely offline. So just like for just like in World War II game that you can fight against any AIs you choose to. Yeah. So like you can count, we can have like 3 or 4 different game modes in total. So the campaign, yes, the campaign will gonna be free with the game, but yeah, the campaign gonna be free, but it depends on offline mode. We're not sure that for offline mode we're gonna have it free or not, or maybe it's gonna be a subscription subscription option like what too, because this is a multiplayer game, so we want people to play online. So or maybe we're gonna make it easier that you can buy you could buy the single player mode, buy out the single player mode if you want to. Yeah, so that is the problem, the future. So yeah, so that's is the new plan for this Christmas release. So so that's gonna be like more doable. So that so even we have, like, let's say we have the F-16, let's say at the end of the years we only have the F-16 and the MiG-29 completely finished, then we could actually release the game with only 2 aircrafts for production. Production with only 2 aircraft, so that 2 aircraft is enough for you to fight against each other. So that's just an example, but I believe that we could have all the aircraft that we have right now, and some more mix. So it should be doable. We still have 4 months. So yeah. So and then some of the new aircraft, while we still have the cockpit, we still can build the AI models first. So for example, like we have the MiG-21 and MiG-23, we don't have the cockpit yet, but we could make the AI first, so that you can fight against the AI. Yeah. So that is the features. Yeah. And also talk about some of the aircrafts that we developing. You can see on the screen that we have the F-35, right? And that is the model we just acquired from a different 3D modeler, and we can see it pretty complete. It's pretty completed. So that's why we bought it from them, so that we don't have to develop, spend time to recreate the cockpit or anything like that, since it's gonna take a long time. So seems so far we acquired the Mirage 2000 and the MiG and the F-35, and So one thing I forgot to mention is that we could, since we have the instant battle mode, we could have more terrain in very short time. For example, like we could create a terrain for Ukraine, for example, or Europe, or Russia border with Ukraine or something like that. So we can have different terrain, because the terrain doesn't need to be in details as in dynamic campaign mode, like the Iraq war campaign, because we don't need to build all the airport and base and city and anything. So we could just take the terrain for just the terrain without any other thing, or maybe put in some trees from some trees and water. That's it. So that because the instant battle, you're gonna start in the air, so it doesn't matter. So you don't need the airport. So the game gonna become like more playable. Like if you feel like it's more like have more depth in the game, instead of you just only have one terrain. So but for now we gonna just use the Iraqi terrain, terrain, but we could move the battle center around. So we could move to the mountain area or the city area or the in the ocean area, just for now. But but soon we're gonna have more terrain to play on. So the game is gonna become like more interesting. So some terrain with mountain, you could you could fly against the mountain, or maybe like a Top Gun light terrain, with the canyons or something like that. so that the game become more fun. And yeah, so that's the plan. Terrain, and then game mode, right? Yeah, and then some of the new aircraft that we developing, or we acquired the license to use the model, so that all we need to do is make the model working. It's still a long, a long way to become finished, because the model, having the model doesn't mean that it's the aircraft could fly. It usually take a long time for us to make to make it work. So it's not an easy task to make everything work together. Yeah, and then we're gonna spend a lot of time testing. Yeah. Okay. Oh, another thing is yes, the campaign. I mean the instant battle game mode allow us to add more country. So if you look at the tech tree of the game right now, you can see that we have U.S. and Iraq, right? But since it's instant battle, it doesn't need to be, it's arcade mode, so it doesn't need to be correctly historically correctly, so that we could have like something like a Ukraine country in the game with with the F-16 with the Ukraine skin, and like the MiG-29 with the Ukraine skin as well. So yeah, that's just another thing, another possibility. So we're gonna have like more country in the game, so that people from other country can also could play with their own skin. Yeah, so that's another good good thing that instant battle gonna give us. So yeah, something like if you buy an F-16 in the US, you could unlock the F-16 for Ukraine or something like that. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna answer questions. Yeah. So that is all the information that I have about the plan for release this year. Yeah. So okay, let me take one of the speaker here. Hello. Hello. Can you hear? Can you say something?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, regarding the F-35, what's it for? Like F-35?
The F-35. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, the F-35 right now it's just in development. It is still in development. What I show is only the screenshot of the model. So it's not in the game yet. It's probably gonna be available next year. So yeah. So
So it's
it's
for
just
the
for
new
showing.
campaign? Okay. So it's for a new campaign, like a new gunship, right?
It doesn't need to be in the new campaign, because once we have instant battle mode, game mode, then you could play with against other aircraft. It doesn't need to have a new campaign for it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, when will we receive the MiG-23? Like,
The MiG-23, um, it's gonna be. I believe it's gonna be available before December. In 1 or 2 months from now. Yeah.
okay,
It nearly completed. So yeah, we're gonna get it done. By the time we release the game in December. Yeah.
okay. So the MiG 25 would come before it?
Um. Yeah. It depends. We don't know yet. Yeah. Probably the MiG-25 we're gonna work on it more. Well, one of the problem of the MiG-25 is that it doesn't have much weapon with it. Like you cannot do much with the MiG-25, except flying high and fast. So but since we already have everything completed on the MiG-25, we're gonna probably work on the MiG-25 very soon. Yeah, in the next month probably. Yeah.
I see. And regarding the new UI you were speaking, is the interface of the game, is it ready?
The new UI, it's actually the same UI. It's nothing new. It just instead of you have the buttons, the start button, you're gonna have when you click on the start button, you're gonna have a menu like a Windows that have option for you to select, instant battle or campaign mode. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the same, the
So
same thing. It's not nothing much different.
okay.
Yeah.
So like I have made a UI on my behalf. Can I show it to you for the game?
Okay, sure. Yeah. Can you show it on Discord?
Yeah, I can share my screen, or it's not possible. I can send pictures.
Yeah, put a picture on the chat. We can all see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I will put it up later.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And another thing is regarding the C graphics. Will you work on it? It's like it's not moving, the C.
The ship. The
No, the sea, ocean.
oh, the sea or the
The
water,
waves, the
right?
ocean.
The water
Yeah,
of the
yes,
ocean.
yes.
Yeah.
New graphics for the sea. Yes.
Yes. We'll have plan for that, but it's not important for now. For now, we try to complete the aircraft first, and the gameplay of the aircraft. Yeah. Yes, we're gonna have the graphics of the whole game's gonna be improved and get all the latest graphics. Yeah. Oh, you mean the water
Oh,
physics?
and
The water
yeah,
physics?
yeah, right.
Um,
Yes, yes.
Currently it's not very important for the game because we don't have any boat. We don't control any boat or anything, right? So
Oh.
yeah, so we can have the graphics of
Actually,
the
this
water.
kinda looks nice.
Yeah, we're gonna have the graphic for it to look nice. And so the ship gonna move a little bit, but that's not the physics. It's just the what you see. Yeah. Well, it's only the graphics. We're gonna improve the graphics for sure. But for now, it's not important because it may create some problem. We want to complete the game first before we work on the water. Yeah.
Okay. And MiG-21, any idea of it?
The MiG-21, we have the models, the outside model, but we still need to work on the cockpit. But I think soon you're gonna see the MiG-21 as an AI. So yeah, in the next 1 or 2 months, you're gonna fight again the MiG-21 AIs. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thanks. Okay, let me take another speaker here. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Very good.
So I have a question. I know it's not the highest priority. Actually, before I ask that, I'll ask about the instant battles. So would it be possible for the instant battles to make it like instead of like American F-16 versus F-16, it could be like, Allied forces versus enemy forces, so you'd still have instant battle, but it wouldn't be like unrealistic. It's
Yeah.
basically combining the two.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about just a couple of minutes ago. We're gonna have 3 different modes. So we have the arcade, which is you're gonna go against any of the aircraft, right? And then we're gonna have this historic mode that you're gonna go against only the aircrafts that on the other side, on the Russian side or the U.S. side. Yeah, and then we're gonna have
Right.
yeah.
Right, but I'm saying for like when you add like the modern jets, so like you don't have to do like a second campaign as you were stating. So you can have like F-35s versus like Chinese flankers or
Yeah.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also regarding the I know this is, like I said, I know this isn't the biggest priority, but what about the extra weapons, the custom loadouts for like the multi-role fighters?
Yes,
Like which
it's gonna be soon available. The code's already in there. All we need is we need some time to doing it. It's pretty important because even though it's an instant battle, but you like it's gonna be some ground target. So yeah, so we're gonna be able to reconfigure your aircraft with different loadouts. So like you can fly with the F-16 with all air to air or maybe some air to ground missiles. Yeah. Yes,
so
it's an important features. We'll have it done.
that's good, but yeah, my only concern is with the more modern jets like the F-16 and like let's say a Chinese J-20. I would hope there be some sort of like realism, for that, and if there has to be a second campaign, then so be it. But I'm just saying for realism's sake, so it's not like completely just all arcadey.
Yeah, so we're gonna have option to do realisms. Yeah, so 3 level of realism, either arcade or historic or full out realistic. Yeah, so you have the option there.
Okay. And then the so obviously I'm not that skilled with development, but for the MiG-21, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't for Gunship 3 some of it created so the MiG-21 technically could be created easier than some of the other jets,
Not
considering you stated that the
not really.
external model is already done.
Yeah, not really because we completely redesigned the MiG-21. First of all, it's completely different aircraft anyway because the MiG-21 in Gunship 3 is a 1960 models. So it's pretty old, and while the one that you see in your Desert Storm is a lot, a bit more like modernized. Like it's the variants, it's the MiG 21 bis or something like that. So it's a different aircraft and different cockpit as well.
I
So
under
yeah, so we have to like redo everything.
I understand.
Yeah.
And then is there any last question? Is there any status on helicopters at all, or will that come later?
Yeah, helicopters. It's will come later, probably next year. I believe like summer, like July next year or something like that. Probably it's gonna integrate into the instant battle first. So like you can spawn as a helicopter as well. But probably you're gonna spawn much closer to the front line, and then so that you can hit route target. But like faster jets gonna spawn way back, like 150 or 100 kilometers away or something like that. Yeah.
That's very cool. That's very cool. Thank you very much. If I have anything else, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay,
Thank you
great.
so
Thanks.
much.
Thanks for the question. Yeah. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Yeah. All right. Let me take the next speaker here.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
So I just have one question. Will you guys be adding like different variants of like some of the jets, like how the F-16 has that one variant, or is it two-seater?
Uh, um, for now it's not important yet, but what I can say is that the F-15 two-seater is gonna be I mean the F-15E is gonna be something gonna be available next year as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that is
Okay.
one of the variants. Yeah, we're gonna have multiple variants, yes, for from a lot of aircrafts.
Okay. Nice. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Okay, great. Okay, let me take another speaker here. Hello. Hello. Okay. So yeah. So he's not on. So okay. So I look at some of the design that. Oh, he's up. Hello. Yes. Hello. Sorry, I cannot hear you. Sorry. Can you check the microphone? We cannot hear you at all. Sorry. I cannot hear you. Can you type the questions? I could answer your question on the chat as well. Hello. Okay. Yeah. So he's not on. Let me take him. Okay. Yeah. So please ask the question on the chat. I'm gonna answer on the chat. So okay, let me go through the chat. First of all, look at the design of the one of the member here, and yeah, it look pretty cool. Yes, it's gonna be something similar like that, but your design is kind of simple. It look very simple, but because we have a lot more stuff around, like we have to have the setting, the option for changing a lot of things. Yeah. So yeah, it's look nice. Oh, we consider some of your design as well. Yeah. Let me watch the videos. Yeah, yeah, awesome. Yeah, I will contact you later for the design. Yeah, we like to look at it. Okay. So some of the question is I go from the top here. When will the game gonna release? The initial release gonna be December this year, Christmas time. Yeah. Another person asked, free work, please work on low end devices for smooth gameplay. Um, yeah, for now we don't have time to optimize for slower device yet, but eventually you're gonna have option to turn off a lot of visual effects so that it's gonna run faster on older devices. But since the game is a lot more complex compared to the previous game, you're gonna need some good phone to be able to play smoothly. Yeah. The one on the Play Store is the old one. Is so somebody complained about the version on the of I think he talked about the free version on the game on the Play Store, but yeah, that is the very old version from last year, from December last year. So it's a lot different now. Yeah. Okay, some question about the F35 that I already answered. Yeah, the game on the Play Store on Google Play Store is not gonna be updated because right now Google doesn't let us to update the game until we're gonna upgrade the game to Android 14. So yeah, but maybe we're gonna distribute a free version properly, like a direct APK for free with some basic aircrafts. Yeah. World War Two. Right now we don't have any plan for replace World War Two game yet, but yeah, we're gonna talk about that later. Okay. Another question is, does notching work? Um, right now it's not completely working. It's somewhat working because realistic radar you it's not like you can see everything. Yeah, so in some corner of the radar you could you could get away from it, but fully working like DCS is not yet implemented. Yeah, the F-35 in the future we will have multiple version with VTOL as well. Okay. Another question is, can we see Iraqi bombers? Yeah, but we right now we don't have plan yet. Maybe you can see some bombers, some AI bombers, but right now we don't have anything in plan yet. Okay, when will pre-orders open again? Yeah, it's gonna be open again soon. As maybe next week, like sometime next week. Yeah, after we have the make sure that we have the Android distribution, direct Android distribution, APK distribution working, then we're gonna have the yeah, so we're gonna have the store reopen. Yes, and sometimes we need to like update the store as well so that it's have the latest information. Okay, now I'm gonna answer this question on the Discord. Yeah, will the map be enlarged at all? The map we have right now in this storm map is pretty big already. It takes a while for you to just fly around. Yeah, so I think that it's already big enough. Yeah. About the AI, we can control the AI, like if you want the AI in the server or not. The AI for instant battle, the AI gonna fill up the missing players. So, like for example, if only you in the room, then you're gonna fight again another AI, and then if somebody else join, then it's gonna create another AI to balance the side, both sides, for you. And yeah, so you cannot control it, but if all the player is human players, then there is no AI at all, because the AI not gonna pop up if there's enough human players. Yeah. Okay. Lights and afterburners, when will they visible to other players? Yeah, we're talking about synchronization between network, between the player aircraft and the over the network, right? So yes, we're gonna soon have the F-16 is the first one gonna have completely synchronized over the network, and then yeah, eventually all the aircraft will have all the movement of the aircraft, all the controls, landing gear, and flaps, and even the pilot hat gonna be like animated through the network. Yeah. Yeah, so could have more ground target beside AA guns, just as hangar buildings. Yes, we're gonna have more ground target. So you're probably gonna have a lot of tanks, SAMs, and trucks, and anti-gun, anti-air guns. Yeah, things like that. Um, for hangars and buildings, it's more like in the for the campaign mode, but for the instant battle, it's more like you in the in the front line that you fight against the other forces. So it's not like a long bombing missions or something like that. So probably we're gonna have hangars and buildings for campaign mode, but not in the instant battle mode. Okay, question. Can we expect a radar retune at all? I know you already heard of enemies being able to disappear below certain altitude. Hear from your voice will be done. Okay, the radar right now is because it's realistic design. It design just like the real radar. That's why it cannot see anything. I mean, it cannot see everything in front of you. It only can see the just like imagine if you have a flashlight at night and try to find something with a flashlight. So you cannot only see the thing that you point the flashlight at. Not the whole the whole room. Yeah. So it may create some difficulty for new players or somebody get used to the idea that a radar could see everything in front of you. Yeah, so that is one of the feature and also the limitation of the game. So for arcade mode, we probably gonna have some kind of assistant from the game that gonna mark the target for you, even though like your radar doesn't see, but the target is still marked, so that it's easier for players to get used to the radar, the idea of the radar. Yeah, and maybe some animation of the radar so that you can have the idea of where's the radar is looking at. Yeah. So you say that even when you are at the same altitude and head on with the bandit at low altitude, you will both meet invisible to each other. The same low altitude. Yeah, it depends on how low though. If you very low to the ground, the radar cannot know which is your aircraft on the ground, but that is like very low, like 200 feet or something. If it's a little bit higher, then you can see the target. Yeah. But once we have the AI and then the instant battle, we're gonna test all that, and then we're gonna adjust the code to make it right. Could be that you are right, that the radar tuning for against the ground is kind of wrong, because like modern radar should still be able to see target without against the terrain if the target is moving. So we don't have that implemented in the game yet. So we probably have to, we will probably have to look at it. As long once we have the AI and instant battle, we could test against all that pretty easily. So somebody asked for bring back the black point and the IFF system. Black dot, right? See, IFF is not the black dot. It's the two different things. IFF is it's more like a radar thing. um, so removing the black dot is, maybe we're gonna have to be like reintroduce the black dot, but we're gonna adjust the range so that it's only in visual range or something like that. Yeah. Sorry, is it hard to answer? We will the black dot thing. So, we will have to see the solution for that. I know it's hard for a lot of people to play without seeing the other player. Okay. Yeah, there's no other payment method for Gunship4.com. We have to stick with whatever they have right now. When will you add few tanks for longer cap missions? Few tank gonna be later. It's not important for now because for instant battle, the distance is pretty short. Data link. But even when you are in the same auto, okay. You do bring back the black dot. Okay, some question about the FA18. Can you add switch to turn off cockpit control light? Yeah, those button gonna be later. As we working on more on the cockpit, we will fix all that. Okay, another question is, will damage model stay the same and damage to the damage model? Like guns aren't nearly affected as they should be. We're gonna continue to adjust the damage model to make it more realistic. Yeah, it's not hard. It's just the amount of damage it's gonna detect when the bullet hits the aircraft. So yeah, we're gonna spend time to test that. Will we have the ability to jam the enemy radars? I think that those like advanced feature are gonna be in 2025. It's for now it's not important. just be able to identify friends and foe. So okay, talking about IFF, we're gonna have the IFF implemented in realistic mode, just like a real aircraft, right? So you have to turn it on, and it's gonna scan the enemy. It's gonna interrogate the enemy target and get the answer. Yeah, so that's for realistic mode. But for like historic and arcade mode, so you pretty much don't need IFF at all. I mean IFF at all. So yeah, so it is something for realistic mode in the future. Yeah, free camera is gonna be something in the future, 2025 or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me spend some time talk about the World War II game. So we planning to also update the World War II games. Like maybe in next year. That so we can have some basic update. For example, like we're gonna change the bullet graphics to make it more visible, just like we have in Gunship 4. And then we're gonna have some new dynamic campaigns that you can play. You can play offline or online. So something like there's a campaign for you to like assassinate Yamamoto's or something like that. Yeah. So so yes, we're gonna spend more time to on World War II game next year, so that to make it more more content for that game. Yeah. And what else? A new campaign, and then yeah, and also we have to bring it back for Android. So I think soon Apple gonna take down World War II game on the Play Store, and then since they require it to be updated with Android 14, so yeah, we still have we're gonna have to update the games to make it working. Some of the news for the VR version of the World War II games. So the lobby gonna be updated so that you could. Is it gonna replace the hangar with a new environment, the Midway Island, so that you could drive around the island on a jeep. Yeah, and then you could and then maybe you could take the boat and go to the other side of the island, and yeah, so basically you could explore the whole island in the lobby mode of the game. Yeah, so that is something new for the World War II VR. Yeah, that is some of the idea for next year. Okay. Yes, the jets, all the jets gonna get the new physics soon for all the jets. Yeah, so the F-16 is pretty realistic in terms of performance. Yeah, so what you see in the F-16 is what is real. What because since is the F-16 is high performance, high alpha jet, so you could perform a lot of maneuver slow speed as well. Okay, so yeah, so we are finished for today. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining us, and yeah, please stay tuned for the next update. Probably gonna be out sometime next week. Yeah, Friday or Thursday or something like that. One thing I have to mention is that since now we have a direct APK distribution for Android, we're gonna wait until the game available on iOS before we distribute the email for Android, because yeah, we just don't want to confuse the iOS players, since they are also gonna receive the email. So yeah, it's gonna confuse them if they receive the email and then the game is not updated. So it seems like we have to wait until the game available on iOS, and then we're gonna send out the email for everyone. Yeah, that is a thing. And but we gonna for this Discord members, we're gonna post the link to the new versions as soon as we finish the new versions on Discord, on the dev log, so that you could just download it right away. So yeah, so if you wait for the email, you have to wait so that you have to wait for the iOS player. But if you on Discord, then you could just directly download the APK. Yeah. So next update gonna be fixed for the F16, and yeah, probably all the fixes for the F16, and then some of the bug fix for the entire games. Yeah. Okay. All right. So thanks everyone for joining